Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the 70 Coronet. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an update here. We got the 512 finally in here. We got the transmission, the TKO 600 bolted up to the car. We got the headers on. We had to do a little bit of paint work and stuff while the engine was out. And I went from power brakes, which you remember the booster was way out here. So now master cylinder's here. On another episode, I will talk about the brake system. This is the third master cylinder and also the second proportioning valve. Lots of other issues that I had with the braking system. I'm just going to make that a whole nother episode on its own. Had Mopar electronic ignition on here, and I had, long story short, the guy that had the car before me welded some holes up in here and then kept others open, so there were just a lot of holes. I had all the electronics up here and there were just holes all over. It was like Swiss cheese. I was thinking about putting the MSD inside the inside there, but it was just easier to cover all the holes and seal them up. I had these body plugs here, so all the holes are plugged up. My friend Ron fabbed up a nice plate here to mount the MSD to it. So we just accomplished that today. I got the wiring, I'm getting ready to do some of that. And so I had wires all going this way, but now we're kind of switching some things up and changing a few things, cleaning it up, making it better. It's just been a lot of work. So I got a new high flow water pump on here. Definitely painted the block. Let's see if we can, I'll grab the camera here. Painted some stuff, made it look pretty. I had a lot of cracking on these shock towers. Repainted those. We got some wiring here that I need to reroute for roll control. We got a Willwood proportioning valve here. And so my friend Jim Moore bent the lines for me real nice and real nice tight radiuses here. Cleaned all that up, got it all back into this corner, and look at how much room I can, I can actually work in here and do stuff if I have to. Let's see. One of the things that I've been working on right now is, since I'm rerouting everything and doing things like that, it's time to start taking these, taking this old tape off. I mean, some of this stuff's been on here for 10 years, and I know a lot of you guys have worked on electronics or electrical stuff before, and either your tape's all dried out and just unraveling, or it just turns into a big giant gooey mess. And so you can look down in here at some of these wires, and if you touch some of this, I mean, it's just a gooey mess. And if it touches the car, it gets all over the place. It's just nasty. And just about every inch of this wire has that goo on it. Now maybe, I don't know if that was some Harbor Freight electrical tape that I used or what, but I know the tape's been on there for a long time, so it's just nasty. So one of the things that I've used, and I guess I'll give you a little bit of a tip here. Some of you guys probably use some other solvent or whatever, and whatever works best for you. Let's see if I can get into my toolbox real quick here. Might be on the other side. Of course, when you need it, you can't find it, right? Aha, found it. So, what I've been using, and what works really well for this nasty black tape adhesive, is Gooby Gun. I put a few sprays on a rag, and then I'll just work it on the wire. And let's see if I can bring the camera back over. And it just takes it off real nice. And then it does leave a little bit of an oil on there. There are petroleum distillates in here, and it says, what else? What does it say in here? Citrus terpenes. I know that's some oils and things like that from oranges. But it works really well. It eats up that material, makes it all soft, allows you to pick it up with a towel. And so probably for the next hour or so is what I'm going to be doing. I am going to be cleaning up all this wiring. I didn't want to unravel the rest of this because then I'd have that black stuff all over the place. So I'm going to start way back here and I'm going to work my way. I got this MSD box, and because I'm also going to be running a one-wire alternator, one-wire alternator is internally regulated, so I won't have to have a voltage regulator. I did call, trying to think of who made the one-wire alternator. Can't think of it right now, but manufacturer of the one-wire alternator mentioned that you can just leave the regulator on there if you wanted to. Either remove it or leave it on there. I did remove the ballast resistor and the ignition box. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Got a lot of different things to do. I'm going to start bolting on, you know, alternator and the brackets and the power steering pump and things like that. I got a bunch of new tubing and hoses. I'm going to have to do some more, some new connections and things. I ran some wiring already to the headlights. And we're gonna have to wrap up a lot of this rear end stuff. I got to get the drive shaft in there. So a lot of things going on for sure. I also have a couple product reviews I'm going to be doing with the carburetor. I'm going to be running a Quick Fuel 950, and I ended up buying a new bracket. To me, I've never used one before, and another throttle cable. I have to remove this one here. So let's see, today Ron also helped me bleed the brakes. So now we have fluid to all the calipers, 4-disc brake conversion. And so far so good. Everything is looking pretty good there. Definitely had some issues though, some setbacks. But anyway, let me get back to this. Let me clean up a few things. We'll do another update for sure. And I can't wait to start this thing. Woodward's right around the corner. I signed up for a couple events. I also have a couple events planned with my car club, and I got to get this thing back on the road. So if I'm lucky, I'll get this thing started this coming week, and then I'll have about a week to shake down and do a few runs, make sure everything's on the up and up, and then I'll be hitting Woodward with you guys. So talk to you soon. Remember to subscribe. I got a lot more updates here. And if you guys have questions or things that I used or anything like that, feel free to ask. And then we'll talk more. All right. And if you guys see me out there on the road, say hi. Try not to scare me by honking at me, because sometimes that happens. But I appreciate you guys watching. And I'll talk to you soon on the next update.